Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. I know I promised to come back on 4th, which is tomorrow, but maneno ni mengi and the requests are overwhelming. There's a video about Babu Wino in Siaya, which is coming up tomorrow. And today there were two funerals, highly charged politically. One in Bungoma, attended by President William Ruto and his brigades, and another one in Embu, attended by the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. In Embu, something unprecedented happened. The residents there stopped Justin Muturi, the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, from reading President William Ruto's speech.
I have given my message of condolence to Honorable Lele Kibuti. Yangu ni kweli, nimetoa yangu, si ni kweli? Sasa mimi pale nimefika mwisho ni kusema nimepokea ujumbe ya? Niwapatie, mnasema hivyo? Ha? Nisome, nisisome?
Usisome, hatutaki. Hatutaki.
I have been advised wisely, you know, as a former speaker. Mnajua the late JJ Kamogo used to say, talk about kura ya makelele. Nimesikia kura hiyo ya makelele. Yeah? This message is to the family of the Honorable Senator Lele Kibuti. I have the honor to deliver this message to the Honorable Lele Kibuti in public. With those very many remarks, waombolezaji wenzangu, wakazi wa Mbere, wakazi wa Embu.
If time will allow, I will come back with a proper analysis about that particular incident in Embu. In Bungoma, Kimani Ichungwa attacked George Natembeya badly. Of course, George Natembeya committed a mistake. But I want first of all to pray for you the speech or the statement or the part of George Natembeya's speech which Kimani Ichungwa attacked, and be the judge whether that one deserved the kind of reaction from Kimani Ichungwa.
Hii dunia yote, Uganda yote watu wamejenga manyumba ni matope kila mahali. It should tell you the level of poverty in Western region. So let us just have an inclusive development. Najua watu wetu walikupenda, walikupigia kura, au mahasla wako wengi sana hapa. They still expect a lot from you. Your Excellency, I've seen some of my brothers come here to make requests to you. And yet in government, itakuwaje kwamba tunangojea kwa matanga ndio tunaomba rais kitu hiki, and when it's not there you tell us you're in government. Muko na forum ya kuambia rais hayo maneno. Jambo la mwisho, Your Excellency, and I say this with a very heavy heart, for a leader to stand here and tell you kwamba people are abducting themselves and they're killing themselves, I think it's unfortunate. It's not for these hallowed grounds. Our children are getting lost, they're being abducted, wengine wanauawa. That's the position. We should not cover up the basic truth. That's the rais mwenyewe amesema kwamba utasimamisha hii maneno. Tunataka mambo ya abduction ifanye nini? Ikwisha tu. Because this Kenya is enough for us. Watoto wanatukana watu kwa mitandao. Hata mimi nikifungua my WhatsApp, my groups ambazo niko pale, for every 2 comments, every 10 comments, 8 of them ni matusi. Wanatukana vibaya sana. That one needs to change. But if it can't change, people should not be killed because of that. I'm abducted because of that. Apana. It's not enough.
No, that's George Natembeya. Now let us listen to the scathing attack on that particular statement by Kimani Ichungwa, because that's going to form the basis of this analysis. Probably you might have listened to it, but just pay very close attention again to Kimani Ichungwa, because I want you guys to pick certain elements from that speech which are going to form part of this analysis.
Kabila, mambo ya uchochezi, hizo siasa zimekoma na hautafaulu nazo. Yule aliyekuwa kiongozi wako wa siasa za ukabila, aliyekuwa naibu wa rais, huyo ndiye mwenye kupanga mambo ya abductions ili awekelee huyu William Ruto. Tunawajua, tunawaona mchana, tutawatangaza mchana hadharani. Na usifikirie unaweza kutuuzia uoga hapa sisi. Wakati muliua watu mkaweka River Yala, you are the regional commissioner in charge of abductions and murdering Kenyans. Wewe mwenyewe, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. And I say again, shame on you, Governor. You cannot claim abductions when you are the key abductor and murderer of Kenyans under the previous regime. Na mzee ananiambia alikupea pesa ukuwe governor. Wewe ndio ulifurusha watu Mau, ukiua mafamilia. Tunakujua, wachana na sisi bana. Kwa haya mengi, poleni sana. Munisamehe kidogo sababu saa ingine huko kwetu tunasemanga mshale ya usiku hurudishwa usiku. Ukileta siasa kwa hafla ya mazishi, tutakujibu hapa hapa. Kwenda katafute huyo mtu tulifurusha, mfanye siasa ya kugawa watu, siasa ya uchochezi, lakini mtafute nchi nyingine. Not this country. We are together as one people, one nation, under one flag, under one president, one speaker, and we are all united as the people of Kenya. We will not allow you to divide the people along ethnicity, on incitement, because you think ati wewe ni governor unakuja kujipiga governor kitu gani? Achana na sisi wewe. Akome asikome. Akome asikome. Wachochezi wakome wasikome. Wakome wasikome. Wamuache Ruto wasimuache. Na uheshimu huyu speaker wewe.
In fact, I want to associate myself with the sentiments expressed that there can never be a situation where government says it does not know what is happening. I am not in charge of security docket. I'm only in charge of public service and human capital development. When I create, you know that. But this collective responsibility, we must all own up to our own deficiencies where they have been pointed out or where they occur. And therefore, I fully agree with the sentiments expressed. We cannot be here saying the great things that a young soul like Eric, what he has done, and then on the next day we are taking them and we don't know, and they are being taken all over and we don't know where they are, who is taking them. We cannot say we don't know. We are government. We are government. We are government. I mean, I'm actually surprised. I'm told most of the administrators have skipped, but
now, that is Kimani Ichungwa, the majority leader in the National Assembly. And from the way Kimani Ichungwa spoke, Kenyans reacted, and Kenyans are very angry and bitter with Kimani Ichungwa. So in this video, I want us to analyze the two statements. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. First of all, I want us to try and understand the impact of the speech by Natembeya. If you were to ask me, Natembeya was not addressing William Ruto per se. He was not addressing Wetangula and his guests. George Natembeya was addressing the entire nation. And from where I sit, George Natembeya won the hearts of the nation. Because George Natembeya has been trying to create a name for himself. He wanted to become the lawyer kingpin. At the same time, he wants to try and win the hearts of the rest of the country. We all know that George Natembeya is a former regional commander, RC, during Uhuru Kenyatta's regime. And a lot of things happened during that time.
Na mimi wanaambia watu kwamba president akiapishwa alipewa katiba, akapewa Biblia na akapewa nini? Akapewa panga. Si alipewa sword ya kufanya nini? Akukata ukora kama hao. Na hiyo yote amedelegate kwetu.
But the truth of the matter is that today he won the hearts of Kenyans. I think he must have read the mood of the country and realized that the country is shocked and are totally against the abductions. The abductions during Uhuru Kenyatta's era propelled William Ruto to some extent to the presidency. That's how the civil society left Raila Odinga's camp and started leaning towards William Ruto during the last election. It was as a result of abductions. And William Ruto made abductions part of his agenda. In fact, William Ruto's first speech, he addressed the issue of abductions. He assured Kenyans that bodies will no longer be found in River Yala. But what has happened within this short time? More bodies have been counted in the Republic of Kenya, more than the ones counted during the 10-year rule of Uhuru Kenyatta. So, in my view, George Natembeya won the hearts of Kenyans with that speech. Now, if you go and try to figure out the implication of Kimani Ichungwa's response to George Natembeya, based on Kenyans' reaction, on how Kenyans are reacting, Kenyans believe now that the government of President William Ruto is actually insensitive. The leaders around the president are arrogant. If I were to take you back during the Gen Z protest, one of the reasons why the Gen Zs protested was because of what they considered extravagance and arrogance. That's why you no longer see Kipchumba Murkomen wearing those very expensive watches. That's the fact. They were viewed as arrogant and extravagant, while Kenyans were suffering. Kimani Ichungwa is now emerging as the true face of arrogance. During Uhuru Kenyatta's time, the most arrogant individual during that time was Kimani Ichungwa, followed by the then Member of Parliament for Madeira, who was William Ruto's running mate in the last election. So Kenyans clearly are seeing a government which is insensitive. And the government, based on Kimani Ichungwa's statement, and of course what Atuli also stated, are trying to run away from these abductions. They want to blame Kenyans for abducting themselves. And you know, Kenyans cannot buy that. That's unfortunate for them. Kenyans cannot buy the narrative that Kenyans are abducting themselves. Kenyans are seeing police vehicles abducting Kenyans, disappearing with them, and then their bodies are found in morgues. I'm told there's a gentleman who disappeared, whose body has been found today, I think in an hospital in Thika, today. He was picked. So if the government believes the way Kimani Ichungwa wants Kenyans to believe that the person responsible for abductions is Rigathi Gachagua, then what is the work of the government? The truth is, if Rigathi Gachagua is responsible, the government should have arrested Kimani Ichungwa today. I want to believe that one of the reasons why Professor Kithure Kindiki is a bit slow is because of these abductions. Yeah. So the government is in power. And one of the cardinal functions of any government is to provide security to its or her citizens. So when Kimani Ichungwa is telling you that hundreds and hundreds of Kenyans are being abducted almost on a daily basis, and then the president is telling Kenyans that those abductions will not happen, then you come and tell Kenyans that the person responsible for those abductions is the deputy president. Which government? I was telling some of my friends that William Ruto has a very big task ahead of him. Because by the mid of this year, we are going to witness high voltage politics. And William Ruto will need to invest heavily in PR. Because the government is totally off. Again, it also confirms, based on the reaction of Kenyans, that the government of Kenya are out of realities. They are not reading the mood of the country. If the government were reading the mood of the country, they would not allow someone like the Kotu Secretary General, Ndugu Francis Atwoli, to speak in an event like that. Because Ndugu Francis Atwoli, most Kenyans believe, were part of the problem that faced Raila Odinga's campaign. He's now bringing those problems to William Ruto's side. Just listen to Francis Atwoli. Who would have imagined that Atwoli, who is a trade unionist, the people being abducted are probably workers, cannot come to the defense. When his voice is needed, he cannot raise his voice.
Na siasa mnyamazi. Wengine anatuita majina, anasema ni lazima siasa imekwisha, tuunge serikali mkono na tuendelee mbele. Alipofanya makosa kutaka kuwa mkubwa sana kuliko wenzake na mkamtoa nje, sasa yeye kiongozi wa incitements. Your Excellency, even the abductions, sisi tuko na record, mimi nafanya na vyama vingi vya duniani. Kuna watu wanajiabduct ili wapate pesa kutoka kwa Amnesty International and other organizations. Let's not do that to incite and to inflame the country. Matata ikitokea, this country will not be the same again.
Again, Kimani Ichungwa tried to drag the name of Uhuru Kenyatta into this matter. You know, Uhuru Kenyatta is currently working with William Ruto. William Ruto brought on board Uhuru Kenyatta's allies to his cabinet. Then you still want to try and drag Uhuru into the mess. So Kenyans are now beginning to compare Uhuru Kenyatta's track record versus William Ruto's track record. So they are telling the government that would rather have Uhuru Kenyatta 10 times than have William Ruto. Because if it's abduction, William Ruto has overtaken him. If it's development, Uhuru Kenyatta's developments were actually visible. You could tell this, and this. William Ruto is still promising. Yeah? So in my view, I think dragging the name of Uhuru Kenyatta is now stale. And the attempt, the other day you saw Kipchumba Murkomen saying that under William Ruto's rule, no Kenyan has died as a result of police brutality. Another insensitive comment by Kipchumba Murkomen that time. And lastly, I think the narrative which the government is trying to advance, that these abductions are by Kenyans themselves, is stale. They would better look for something else. Ladies and gentlemen, probably I'm coming back with that video of William Ruto's speech being rejected in Embu. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.